There's so many times in life you don't want to be doing what the you're doing. You can't just quit.
Success is a tricky thing, and it's going to beat you up and knock you down time and time again. But it's all about figuring out not how to give up and how to accept failure. Because if you can fail 47 times and get up 48 times, that's all you need. Because it's not about how many times you fail, but how many times you get up. And you shouldn't have that mindset of giving up, because there's a difference between giving up, quitting, and failing. If you fail, so many successful people in this world have claimed that failure is the sole reason of why they are successful, because they failed and they realized that means they did something wrong, and they took that opportunity to analyze what they did wrong and how to grow from that moment, and how to learn something and discover something new about themselves or whatever it is that they're working on. It's all about taking advantage of each and every opportunity, no matter how good or how bad the case may be, and figuring out how to work that towards your advantage no matter the situation. So when times are hard, you should always think, how can this help me in the future? Because it will. You'll learn something that's going to be able to boost yourself in the future. So many people get stuck in, if I failed, that means I need to quit because it's never going to work. But that's not the mindset to have. Fail, and fail boldly, because it's going to happen no matter what. But it's all about getting back up.
A much better life if I just would have just suffered a little bit more.
Let's dream big. You should dream big. Dreaming big is important. You know, some of us want to be doctors, lawyers, dentists. Some of us want to be in special operations. So you have this big dream. You can see it so clearly, like it's right in front of you. You can go out and touch it. But the thing about it is, somewhere, if you dream big enough, somewhere down that journey, that dream becomes a nightmare. And what happens in that nightmare, you start to have all these questions. Like, if you want to be in special ops, you may not be a great swimmer. You may just realize that I'm not a great swimmer. I'm not a great runner. You may start to fail tests. And all these questions start to flood your mind. Why am I here? I'm not good enough. Trust me, I know all about the questions. They will flood your mind. If you do not have the answers for them, you will quit. The answers lie in the repetitions. You must not forget the repetitions you put into trying to dominate the craft that you're in today. Always, always embrace the suck, adapt to the suck. I get a lot of questions about how I lost so much weight. People want to know how they can get started. So basically, you're thinking too much off the bat. When I lost my fucking weight, I didn't look for a trainer. I didn't do all that thinking. I didn't go on Jenny Craig. What I did was I basically stopped eating so much food. I cut my calories down. So as far as the workout goes, we overthink that also. Until you find a trainer, go out there and start walking. Put some shoes on, start running. Go to the gym, do the elliptical trainer. It's not rocket science. A lot of folks talk about overtraining. You gotta train first before you can overtrain. Sometimes you wake up in the morning time and you're sore and you feel like you're overtrained. No, get out of your own head and stop overthinking it. Stay hard. I get a lot of questions about how I lost so much weight. People want to know how they can get started. So basically, you're thinking too much off the bat. So what's your view? Is it too cold where you live? Is it too hot where you live? Does it rain too much? Now it's time for some real talk. Maybe you're the only black person applying for a job. Maybe you're the only female. Maybe you're the only gay person. Job, whatever the may be. Maybe that shit's in your head. Maybe that's your excuse for not being better. Life's a real big picture. When I was young, all those things got in my head. Black, you're not smart enough, single mom, all that bullshit owns space in my head. If you're allowing people and things and situations to own space in your head, you're losing. Last thing, life's one big head game. You play with yourself. If you lose, it's because you allow life to get in your head. Weeks ago, I did a video called Taking Souls. Taking Souls comes with a very particular look. And in competition, you're looking to break the other person down. And in breaking that person down, what happens to that person who's being broke down, they have an empty look in their eyes. I call it, you've taken their soul. You own space in their head. And owning space in their head means they're unable to perform at their best now because they're thinking about you. For instance, let's say there's a boxing match, 12 rounds, going at it, heavyweight champion. This guy's getting his ass kicked for 11 rounds. For 11 rounds, he continues to get back up and get back up and get back up. By that 12th round, the guy who's been beating the guy's ass, you're gonna start to see a certain look on his face. His soul is leaving. If you can spot that look while you're getting your ass beat, you'll win the fight. Stay in the fight.
Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel and let us know what you thought down in the comment section below.